So we're going to have another 7-round mock draft for the Browns. This one done by Randy Gurzi. Randy, 44th pick, the Browns select. Take it away. Who do you have them going with in your mock draft?
I went with the Alabama wide receiver, John Metchie. I really like him. I posted something on our Facebook page the other day with 4 wide receivers and asking everybody who they would pick, and it seemed like nobody picked Metchie, so I'm kind of out on an island, it seems like. But I really like his route running. I think people forget just how good he was before he had his ACL injury. I know Jameson Williams had leaped into the first round, but heading into the season, Metchie was a guy that was ahead of him. He still had a great season with over 1,100 yards, and I just think he could be a really good number 2 receiver opposite of Amari Cooper.
Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind, Alabama wide receivers have been tearing it up for a number of years when they come into the NFL. Yeah. So I'm with you. That's a guy that's very interesting. All right. So with the Browns' first of 2 picks in the third, you have him going edge. It's Sam Williams from Ole Miss. What do you like about him?
He was a really productive player at Ole Miss, played in the SEC. So, he's used to playing against elite talent. It's kind of hard in the third round. It's kind of you're not going to get a surefire thing when you start looking at defensive ends and stuff like that. But I think he's a guy that you could put him into that same kind of role that Tack McKinley was in. I don't think he could be the starter right away. But, if you've got Clowney back, I think Williams could play in that rotational role and give them a little something off the bench.
All right, so with that compensatory third-round pick, so between the third and the fourth rounds, you go defensive tackle, Phidarian Mathis, another Alabama guy. What do you like about him? What do you see from him?
He put up some pretty big numbers this last season. I think he had like 9.5 sacks was the number. But he's not really a sack guy, I don't think, in the NFL. He's big. He's 6'10" or 6'4", 310 pounds. So he's kind of gives him that one technique. He can play next to Taven Bryan, who's more of a 3 technique. And I think after that, after you get out of the third round, it's really slim pickings for nose tackles. So I think you got to grab one of those first few picks. And I think if he does last that long, he's somebody that can come in and contribute right away.
All right,
and again, like you said, Alabama players.
Yeah,
they're always doing it. They're doing it in the NFL. So.
All right, we're going to skip ahead to the final pick that you have the Browns making. You go kicker, Cameron Dicker, the kicker from Texas. What do you like about Dicker?
He's just got a strong leg. He's very consistent. He doesn't miss very much. He had a few misses early in his career, but as his once he got to his senior season, he started hitting a lot. He didn't get to kick a ton, but he 206 out of 210 on extra points. So. I think he's a guy that can come in, kind of solidify that position. I know they re-signed Chase McLaughlin, but I don't think that they're sold on him 100%.
Yeah, I think that's lining up to be a battle with either a preferred kind of undrafted free agent or somebody they take like Dicker late in the draft.